Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jemmy and I, exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML and MSP in Queens, NY.
Yeah, CDML, they cover a lot of ground. Network management, VoIP, cybersecurity.
UCAS, compliance, IaaS, cloud, and of course, Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions. So if you're a small business owner, or maybe you manage IT for a growing organization, this deep dive is definitely for you.
Absolutely.
Today, we're unpacking Mr. Len Kaplan's blog post. It's titled, Why Microsoft 365 is the Smarter Choice for SMBs. Stronger security, better tools, and real support.
It really gets into that ongoing battle, Microsoft 365 versus Google Workspace.
Specifically for small and mid-sized businesses, our mission here is to pull out the key nuggets, help you understand which platform might be the winner for your productivity and, crucially, your security needs.
And what's really interesting, I think, is how the whole conversation has shifted. It's not just about word processors and spreadsheets anymore.
No, it's way beyond that now.
It's heavily focused on integrated security. And this post, Mr. Kaplan's post, brings a really critical new piece of that puzzle to light, especially for businesses feeling maybe a bit overwhelmed by cyber threats.
Okay, let's get right into that then. This new development Mr. Kaplan highlights pretty much right at the start, something called email bombing.
Right.
What exactly is that? And why is Microsoft's recent update such a big deal, according to him?
Yeah, so email bombing, it's a pretty nasty tactic, actually. Basically, threat actors flood your inbox.
Flood it. With what?
Junk emails. Thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, in a really short time.
Wow.
And the goal, the insidious part, is to bury the important stuff. The legitimate security alerts.
Like password resets or bank notifications.
Exactly. Or MFA codes, things you actually need to see immediately. They get buried under this mountain of noise.
Huh. So it's like a digital smokescreen designed to make you miss the real fire alarm.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. It leaves victims effectively blind to real threats, makes them super vulnerable to credential theft, account takeovers.
And that BEC thing you mentioned, business email compromise.
Right, business email compromise. It's a huge problem. Imagine trying to find one critical email in, like an overflowing dumpster. That's the idea.
Okay, so it's serious.
Great.
And Microsoft's response?
Well, Mr. Kaplan points out Microsoft recently added automatic email bombing protection right into Defender for Office 365.
And that's part of
Microsoft 365 Business Premium. It's just built in. And crucially, this isn't just like a simple filter update. It's an integrated defense system. Uses Microsoft's cloud scale AI, their telemetry. It's pretty sophisticated stuff.
And the key takeaway from the post regarding Google Workspace
is that Google Workspace currently lacks an equivalent built-in defense for this specific attack.
So if you're on Google Workspace,
you'd likely need to find and pay for a separate third-party solution to get that same kind of protection, which means more complexity, more cost.
Right. Another thing to manage. That integrated piece sounds like a significant advantage, especially for smaller teams.
It absolutely is. It simplifies things. Less to manage, less to worry about breaking, potentially lower overall cost. It just works with everything else you're already using in the M365 suite.
Okay, that makes sense. But beyond this new email bombing defense, Mr. Kaplan's post also gives us a detailed feature comparison, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. A really good breakdown.
Looking at that roughly $22 per user per month price point, M365 Business Premium versus Google Workspace Business Plus. What are the main differences an SMB owner really needs to clock?
Okay, yeah, Mr. Kaplan lays out several key ones. Let's start with the core Office apps.
Word, Excel, PowerPoint.
Right. With Microsoft 365 Business Premium, you get the full installable desktop versions. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, the whole shebang.
The ones you install on your computer.
Exactly, which is huge if you work offline or deal with really complex documents, large spreadsheets, Google Workspace Business Plus primarily offers the web versions, docs, sheets, slides.
Which are good, but maybe not as powerful for some tasks.
They're good, but yeah, for heavy-duty work or offline access, the desktop apps still have an edge for many people. It impacts how you work day to day.
Okay, good point. What about storing all those files? Cloud storage.
Right, cloud storage. M365 Business Premium gives you 1 terabyte of OneDrive storage per user.
So each person gets their own dedicated terabyte.
Correct. Google Workspace Business Plus offers 5 terabytes, but it's pooled across the whole organization.
Pooled, so everyone shares that Sive TV.
Yeah, which sounds like a lot and often is, but if you have some heavy data users or a larger team, You could hit that limit, or managing it becomes a bit more complex. The per-user model is simpler in some ways.
Gotcha. And back to security for a moment. Email security specifically.
Uh-huh. So email security, we talked about the email bombing piece, but beyond that, Defender for Office 365 in M365 Business Premium provides really comprehensive protection. Phishing, malware, spoofing, it's multi-layered.
More than just spam filtering.
Oh, definitely. It's more proactive, designed to catch sophisticated attacks. Mr. Kaplan's post positions it as more robust, more enterprise-grade than the standard Gmail filters in Google Workspace.
Okay. And the security story doesn't stop at email, right? What about protecting the actual devices people use? Laptops, phones?
Absolutely crucial point. This is where Mr. Kaplan highlights a major difference: endpoint protection and device management.
Right.
M365 Business Premium includes Microsoft Defender for Business. That's actual endpoint protection like antivirus and threat detection for your devices.
PCs, Macs, phones.
Yep. And it includes Intune for full mobile device management, MDM, and endpoint compliance.
So you can actually manage those devices, like enforce passcodes, wipe lost phones.
Exactly. Set security policies, ensure devices meet certain standards before accessing company data, remotely wipe them if needed. Really important stuff for protecting company data.
And Google Workspace Business Plus.
According to the post, it only includes basic endpoint management, not the full protection and control you get with Defender and Intune. That's a significant gap, you know. How are you securing all those devices otherwise?
Yeah, that's a question businesses need to answer. Okay, so device security is covered. What about securing access? Making sure the right people are logging in.
Another big one: identity and access control. M365 Business Premium includes Azure AD Premium P1.
Okay, what does that give you?
Think multi-factor authentication, MFA. That second check, usually on your phone when you log in, super important.
Essential these days.
Totally. And conditional access policies. So you can set rules like you can only access sensitive files from a company-managed device, or block logins from risky locations.
Smart rules to control access.
Very smart. It's about verifying identity strongly and controlling who can access what from where. Google Workspace doesn't bundle these advanced identity features in Business Plus. You'd need other tools or upgrades.
And Mr. Kaplan mentioned a bonus too, something about Windows.
Yeah, a nice poke. Windows Pro upgrade licensing and autopilot. If your devices are running, say, Windows Home, Business Premium includes the upgrade license to Windows Pro.
Oh, Andy.
And autopilot is really cool for setup, lets you pre-configure new devices so employees just turn them on, sign in, and everything apps, policies get set up automatically, saves a ton of IT time.
Streamlines onboarding. Nice.
Definitely. It's part of that whole integrated ecosystem idea, not something Google Workspace offers.
Okay, so we've got apps, storage, email security, device security, identity.
Yeah.
What else did the post highlight in terms of the overall package?
The sheer breadth of tools and compliance features, M365 includes a wider array of tools. Things like Planner for Tasks, To-Do, Whiteboard, Loop for Collaboration, Visio for Web.
More tools in the toolbox.
Right. But maybe more importantly, it bundles in powerful compliance tools under the Purview umbrella.
Purview. What's that cover?
Things like data loss prevention, DLP, helps stop sensitive data like credit card numbers or internal docs from accidentally being emailed out or shared inappropriately.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Plus sensitivity labels to classify documents, auditing features to track who did what, and e-discovery for legal or compliance searches. It's designed for serious compliance needs, built right in.
Which Google Workspace lacks in the same integrated way.
Correct. You typically need third-party tools again to achieve that level of integrated compliance and data governance.
And finally, what about getting help when you need it? Support.
Yeah, the post mentions support. Microsoft 365 offers 24/7 phone and web support. Plus, there's a huge ecosystem of partners like CDML itself.
Right, and Google.
Google Workspace provides web and email support as standard. Phone support, according to the post, usually requires an upgrade.
So that direct phone line could be critical for an SMB without a big IT team, right?
Absolutely. When something's down, you often need help now.
Okay, so pulling this all together, what's the big message for that small business owner or IT manager listening? Why do these differences, especially around security and integration, matter so much today?
Look, the reality is SMBs are huge targets for cyber attacks, more than ever. So having that advanced threat protection built in with M365 Business Premium, as Mr. Kaplan argues, is just critical.
It's not an optional extra anymore.
Exactly. He highlights that many Google Workspace users might not even realize what they're missing. Full device management, endpoint protection, advanced identity controls until it's too late, or they find they need to buy and manage separate solutions.
Which leads to potential security gaps.
Security gaps, more complexity, higher hidden costs. The argument in the post is that Microsoft's ecosystem isn't just apps, it's a framework designed to help you improve your security posture, meet compliance, without needing a huge dedicated security team.
Enterprise-grade security, but accessible for SMBs.
That's the idea. Proactive protection, integrated.
Which brings us to Mr. Kaplan's final point, and about his own company, CDML. He says even the best tools are useless if they're not set up right or used properly.
So true. You can buy the best security suite in the world, but if MFA isn't turned on or policies aren't configured,
It doesn't help much. So how does a partner like CDML fit in?
well, the blog explains their role is to help SMBs actually unlock the value of something like M365 Business Premium. They handle the secure setup, the deployment.
Making sure things like MFA, conditional access, Intune, Defender are all configured correctly from day one, tailored for that specific business.
Precisely. And they provide ongoing management support. Plus, crucially, employee security training. Teaching people how to spot phishing or, understand the risks of email bombing.
Because the human element is always key.
Always. So it's about maximizing that investment, making sure it's actually protecting the business, and streamlining the IT stack overall, getting it right from the start.
Okay. So if you're that small business owner or you're managing IT and you're weighing Google Workspace against Microsoft 365, Mr. Kaplan's blog post, Why Microsoft 365 is the Smarter Choice for SMBs, Stronger Security, Better Tools, and Real Support, it really does make a compelling integrated case for looking hard at M365 Business Premium.
It lays out a strong argument, yeah. Especially focusing on that layered security and the value of integration.
It definitely highlights that for SMBs today, getting cybersecurity and productivity wrong,
Yeah.
no, it just isn't really an option, is it?
No, the stakes are too high. Which kind of leads to a final thought maybe for you listening.
Go on.
What aspects of your current IT setup might be leaving you vulnerable, maybe without you even realizing it? And how might a truly integrated solution like the one described here actually change that picture for your business?
Something to think about.
Definitely.
Till next time.